stars are scattered throughout the universe, the one at the center of our system plays a special role for us here on Earth. Our sun is a star, an enormous sphere of extremely hot gas which is continuously shining and spinning around. It formed about 4.5 million years ago. It was born when a cloud of dust and gas collapsed, and in the middle of this formation, matter condensed into a burning ball of gas that became our sun. The sun is a big hot ball of mostly hydrogen gas. It is so massive and big enough that over 1 million Earths could fit inside of it. But if we want to truly understand the sun, we have to look into its heart. In terms of atom count, the sun is about 91% of hydrogen, 8.9% helium, and 0.1% heavier elements such as carbon and nitrogen. And the sun can be divided into 6 layers. The different layers of the sun. Click each layer to view information. In the core, temperatures are extremely high, reaching at least 15 million degrees Celsius, and combined with the sun's powerful gravity, hydrogen fused together to create. The following are the main concepts that have been discussed. Many things around you move. There are constant pushing and pulling forces that cause movements. When you push or pull on something, then you are applying a force on it. A force is an interaction between two objects, the one being pulled or pushed and the one doing pulling and pushing. For example, a man pushing a chair from one point to another. The man applied force on the chair in the form of pushing. Forces govern the events that take place in the universe. Forces can be identified into different types, and these types of forces are divided into 2 categories. Forces can either be contact or non-contact. Some of the types of contact forces are frictional force, normal force, and tension force. On the other hand, gravitational force and magnetic force are some examples of non-contact forces. Let's have an example of contact forces. Slide any object on the floor. You may have noticed that after some time, the object stops moving, although you did not apply any force on it. But what makes the object you slid on the floor stop? You may not see it, but there is a force of friction between the surface of the object and the surface of the floor. It is the frictional force that makes the object stop after some time. When any object moves over a surface, the force which opposes normal force. And normal force is a force exerted by an object that is perpendicular to the surface of the object. For example, if a book is resting upon a table, the book is exerting a downward force on the table, caused by gravity. On the other hand, the table is exerting an upward force on the book in order to support the weight of the book. For the last example of types of contact force, we have the tension force. The tension force is normal force is a force. For the last example of types of contact force, we have the tension force. The tension force is defined as the force that is transmitted through a rope, string, or a wire when pulled by forces acting from opposite ends. Notice that you change the shape of the rubber band when you apply force onto it. comes down to the ground. But why? This is because Earth exerts some force on the ball and pulls it down. This pull of the Earth is called gravitational force. You may not be aware of it, but Earth exerts force. It is another type of a non-contact force. If you take a few iron pins and keep them on a piece of paper, then bring a magnet near the iron pins, you will observe that the iron pins move towards the magnet and get stuck to it. The force by which the pins are attracted towards the magnet is called magnetic force. You know opposites attract and likes repel. The following are the main. Let's start by asking, what is the heart? Well, the heart is an organ of your body. It is a hollow muscular organ in the human body that pumps blood through the circulatory system, thus providing our body with oxygen-rich blood. But how does your heart work? The human heart is made up of 4 different chambers. The upper chambers are called the left and right atrium, and the bottom chambers are known as the left and right ventricles. Atria receive blood coming into the heart from the lungs, while ventricles pump blood out of the heart to the lungs. The deoxygenated blood enters the heart through the right atrium. From there, the blood goes through the valve which separates the upper and lower chamber. Then, the blood enters the right ventricle, which pumps the blood to the left direction through the pulmonary valve, and then through the pulmonary artery, and directly into the lungs. Blood travels back through the pulmonary vein into the left atrium. And finally, the blood travels through the valve into the left, the right, and the left. The heart has a total of 4 chambers, 2 on each side. The upper chambers of the heart are called atria. Atria receive blood coming into the heart from the lungs. They pump blood into the 2 lower chambers